much do you have on Instagram?
I'm too ashamed to say.
Listen, just
I have 4 hours.
wow. What the fuck do you do on Instagram?
I have no fucking.
All right, thank you so
right.
much for being here. This is another episode of Another Day in Paradise, live from
RBT.
Rabat. We started saying this because some people don't realize that we are in Morocco, Rabat, Morocco. So we just mention it just for good business practice, to mention it. And
Standards.
something really interesting. I think we should do a whole podcast about it. But I would love to have Sad. Shout out to Sad if he's watching. You better be watching. He's not watching. That's a good test to see if he's watching or not. So Sad, if you're watching, we
Send
need you for
a monkey emoji
exactly.
to Jawad.
We would like to, or to the podcast actually. Why not?
Oh yeah, one comment. Goes a
One
long
free
way.
comment. Exactly.
All right.
That's it doesn't. It's not gonna hurt us for sure. And
Yay!
there is Apple just released some new products. I used to watch them and follow them almost religiously. I mean, I used to work there, and I don't like to say that I used to work there because people don't get the right idea. They think like I was like a big shot there, but I was just like a regular salesman there. And they called us specialist, which is, it's
Genius.
nice. No, genius is the guys who repair.
Okay,
One step above us.
One step above.
So, but honestly, it was really cool. And honestly, hands down, one of the best job, if not the best job of my life. I learned so much from them. So shout out to Apple R167. If you catch my draft, R167. People from Apple should recognize this.
Yeah, and throw in some iPhones.
Exactly. Send us some iPhones. Free advertising here if you want to get 30 views. So anyways, a lot of products that are released, especially tech products. I think you and I, we are both fan of tech products more than
We can say that
clothes or
we're
stuff.
a bit tech savvy.
Yeah, we are, but
A little bit.
this is where we spend our money, right? Like not so much in clothes or whatever. Like
Yeah.
tech is really what captures our attention and sometimes our wallet.
And other body parts.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure I want to go there. No. So they released some. Apple is very smart about their advertising and marketing. They are really, really smart with it, and they make every new iPhone that they release roughly every year and a half, 2 years, sound like it's a revolution.
Yeah, and they're so one thing, I just discovered why like all their advertisements have the hours set to 9:41.
Ooh,
And the story behind it is quite amazing.
is it okay? So is it digital watch? Because I know about the classical
the
watch.
classical,
Yeah.
they do
They do
10:10, I think.
10:10
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because it says like a V as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
victory, whatever.
And I thought that 9:41 had some kind of signification behind it, that it was more on the, like subliminal side or something like that.
Illuminati kind of shit.
But the thing is, actually, it's from the first iPhone presentation. And basically,
Oh, okay.
the moment the conference started at 9, and the moment the iPhone comes onto the presentation was 9:41. It
So
was
they
like
kept
they
it
kept
941 as a reference for the first
so
iPhone.
they prepared like the design at 9:41 so that when the iPhone appears, it looks like it's like from this time.
So
And
it echoes the first
man,
iPhone. That's
honestly,
nice.
Steve Jobs was a tyrant on many levels and all that. Okay, I'm not gonna argue there, but man, what a genius, man.
I mean, he had a vision for sure. Like, Bill Burr has a very funny bit about him where he says, "Oh, you think Steve Jobs is the iPhone, the one that comes up with a different charger every time? That's your genius. That's your god." I mean, like he just went to his engineers and creators and said, "I want, I don't know, all my music library to fit in this little thing. Go to work, make it happen." And that's all he did. But he had a vision, and I think Apple.
No, and he really understood
the next move.
the user experience side
And
of
also the
things.
next move. What's
Like,
the next big thing?
Yeah, of course.
It's a lot of risk but he always came up with the next big thing, And some things I will argue, like mostly about Apple, is that their charger, like USB-C, they are resistant USB-C. Like the iPhones, they are the only ones that don't have. You need a particular charger, etc. That's a little bit of a
Yeah, but that was
it's a
kind
dick
of
move,
like
to be honest.
post Steve Jobs.
Yeah, but it's
Because to
still-
be honest, after the post Steve Jobs era, it's not that exciting.
oh, I think it is, man. Honestly,
No. When I say it's not that exciting, is that you don't have as many revolutions. You know, like
well, what
when-
else
back
can you
when-
do?
when Steve Jobs was here, everyone in the world was, well, what else can we do? He came out, boom, with something
Exactly.
crazy.
That's true. That's true.
And that's what's missing today.
So let me ask you,
Mhm.
how often do you change your phone?
Well,
Because what we want to talk about before I let you tackle this is I'm very interested about, and I have often this dilemma of what do I need? Do I really need it, or do I just want it?
yeah.
And iPhones,
Yes.
how often do you change them? And is it based on needs or is it based on wants?
I think because I know how ridiculous the price is,
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle.
Mhm.
So I want it for sure,
Yeah.
but I try to
Resist a little
resist until I kind of need it, but I don't really need it.
Mm.
But I would say every 3-4 years.
Yeah, me, it's more like a little bit longer, like maybe 4 or 5 years. But
Usually I just jump one generation, because one generation has like the
6 and then 6S,
6
and
and
then
6S,
7
so-
and then 7S.
so I go from 7 to 10. You know, like, and
Yeah.
I jump.
No, it's more.
No, because there was the from 5 to but you get what I mean.
No, that's true. I skip a few generations too because I just think that
I like to take the iPhone that has a jump.
that
you
has
know,
a
in
real
features.
change.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like
it-
those that, like for instance, between the 7 and the 8, or things like that, there wasn't a real jump.
No.
So
And sometimes between the 7 and the 7S, come on,
Yeah.
that's nothing.
exactly.
Like some people who sell their 7 or whatever, give it away to their family, friends, whatever, to get the 7S. I'm like, what are you doing? And every year when I used to work at Apple, every year, release of a new phone, people are lining up
Yeah, I know.
to be the first one to buy it, to just buy it.
Me, I used to do the light up for clients, bro. And I used to go in and buy like 15.
But there is a limit. There was a
No,
limit
we
at
had
that time.
we had, because it's not like for one person.
Oh, you
Like
bought
for-
for multiple clients. Yeah. For the
But,
hotel, the people
yeah,
were like,
yeah.
okay, go
Man, it
get
was iPhones are coming out. We want an iPhone, and then you're like 15 people
Make it
in the
happen.
hotel. And man, I remember I had to start the lineup, and it's not even like New York or something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah. Well,
it's a big
Switzerland
it's
is
a big city.
all
like,
the Apple stores
but-
are successful, man.
But I remember I had to get to work at 4 a.m. Get changed and all that stuff, and then head there from 4:30, and I came back. Maybe it was like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.
So
and,
all day.
man, all day, bro.
You know, they are like, that's a side note, but some people made it a job to wait
Yeah.
in line for you.
Well, it requires to do those kind of lines. It requires an organization. Me,
Time.
I had my lunch break during that. So basically, they would send someone from the hotel, come back, take my spot, and I leave
You go for
an
lunch
hour,
break and then you come
I
back.
come back.
It's like your shift today is just to
Exactly.
wait in line. That's crazy.
And when you come back with like all the goods, they're like, "Okay, thanks." You're like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, listen, it's almost like impulsive buy. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's a little bit not controversial, but a phone should not be $1,000 and more. Like $1,600, $1,400 for a phone. Like I understand that for a computer, you can do real work with it. A phone, Come on. I mean, yeah. If we are really honest, you cannot justify buying a phone for $1,600. It's not for work. It's not for
No,
work.
it's not for work. But there's a lot of things that you buy that are not for work.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying the iPhone
And-
in particular is not for
And
work.
to be honest, like I'm not defending the pricing, right? But in terms of the usage that you make out of it,
Listen,
like when you buy a TV, for instance, at a similar price,
yeah,
let's say,
yeah.
you kind of like use your phone probably
More.
10 times more
True.
if you're a big TV guy.
I wouldn't say 10 times, but yeah,
At
I
least,
see where
bro.
you're going.
How many hours a day do you watch TV?
I'm not. I watch TV like after 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to whatever, whenever I go to bed, like 11 or 12. Yeah. So like 4 hours a day, but I like roughly 4 hours a day. Like I would say 2-3 hours a day top, and my phone. Maybe sometimes they show you like the usage, how much time you spent on your
How
phone.
much do you know?
Oh man, yeah, I
man,
do.
let's do it live, bro.
Man, I don't know if I can share this information. How do you access it? Because usually it pops up.
I think you just go slide on the side. Yeah, usually
Slide
I have
where?
it on this here. Like on the side like this.
Side, okay.
Like this.
Oh,
I'll
and
do it
then
to the bottom.
okay. Oh fuck. Okay.
Okay, so I have 6 hours and
I
39
have
minutes.
5 hours and 33 minutes.
I have social media 1 hour.
Let's click on it. Let's see. Where do you spend all that time on?
That's crazy.
Okay, it's loading. Yeah, for people who have an iPhone and sometimes they see this information, you can deactivate it, I think, but maybe not.
Oh, look, work is number 1. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because you actually work with your phone. You're one of the rare people who work with your phone because you communicate with your boss, etc.
Yeah.
You do a lot of work with your phone. I don't do any work with my phone, and I spend 5 hours and 30. I do entertainment. YouTube is 4 hours and 10 minutes. So
A day?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like YouTube.
How much do you
is
have on Instagram?
24/7.
Or-
Instagram is like 40 minutes.
Okay.
How much do you have on Instagram?
I'm too ashamed to say.
Listen, just
I have 4 hours.
wow. What the fuck do you do on Instagram?
I have no fucking clue. I'm not. To be honest, I think I just
Hey, beach bod. Come on, guys. And then what's your number 3? Mine is WhatsApp.
Mine is Google Chrome.
Yeah, see, that's
It's-
work, I guess, right?
Yeah, WhatsApp. I have 1 hour 25.
WhatsApp 16 minutes, and then it's like almost nothing. Avito is like 7 minutes. Safari is like 5 minutes.
No, me it's the week, bro.
What do you mean the week?
It's for. I'm looking at the week, not the day.
No,
during-
you use your phone 5 hours a
No,
week.
here.
Come
It's
on.
Instagram 57 minutes.
No, you're talking about a day, right?
Yeah,
That's your
day-
daily usage. Yeah.
No, the week I had 4 hours. I was looking at the week.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Instagram is how much a day?
57 minutes.
Yeah, so that's me 40 minutes.
Man, you know what's crazy? Authenticator, I have 52 minutes.
What's
Just
Authenticator?
it's the thing that the 2-time for passwords,
Yeah.
like banking and all that stuff. 2-time authentication.
Yeah, like you have to enter your
Yeah.
password and then you type whatever. Okay. Like how? Why do you spend so much time?
I don't know.
on
I guess
Authenticator?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's a little bit crazy.
But anyways, like just to let you know, man, it's 5 hours a day, man, and something you spend 5 hours a day, on average. which
Okay.
is
Okay.
crazy.
Yes. But do you need an upgrade? Is it really gonna change anything? The quality of the phone you have in your pocket, I'm sure I'm talking to everybody who's watching us.
Mm-hmm.
The phone that you have in your pocket or on your table or whatever that you have on you right now
Mm-hmm.
is fine.
Of course.
99% of the phones that people have right now is fine. They don't need to
100%.
change it.
100%.
So it's an impulsive buy. It's you buy them because
there's
they
so
look cool.
it's a question that's so complex because like
yeah, fancy cars, fancy
sad
motorcycles.
is it you?
Sad is driving his Porsche.
Okay, so basically, I don't even know what I was saying.
Like, do you iPhones? Can we classify it?
Oh,
on
yeah.
want
So-
or need?
definitely,
most people.
definitely need for
Who
everyone.
won't?
Uh, I want, I want,
fuck?
I want.
Do you
I
want to
agree.
restart this podcast all over again? Because
No.
I'm losing you, man.
No, 100% I want.
Yeah, I think so. For most
But
people,
for different
99%
reasons,
of people.
right? Some people is simply a question of status.
True.
You know, like,
You know what they said? They said that's why they have like the 3 little lenses,
Yeah.
because you can show your friends. I mean, from the what is the version of iPhone right now? The latest one, is it 14 or something? 13, 14?
It's the 14 Pro.
14 Pro. Okay, like Pro is laughable. Like you don't need like a professional would not need a phone. Even a Pro one, they would need a
What?
computer.
Sorry?
If you are a professional, like Pro is for professional.
Yeah,
If you
but
are a professional, you need a computer.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The Pro and this one do pretty much the same thing. And I have the 13S or something. No.
Well, you know, it's pretty much the same thing, like you said, but the pretty much is for all phones, more or less.
Yeah.
And it's the extra edge, like, oh, this one has the camera that allows you to do this
That
angle.
that's gonna take me to my next thing. What is the best feature that you are looking for in a phone?
Personally,
Yeah. No, like professionally.
there's two. There's two
Okay.
which go hand
Hand in hand, I'm
the first
sure.
one is the user experience, right? I would like to like using my phone. Because of the pricing and everything, I was very pissed at Apple.
Mhm.
And one day I just flipped by myself, went to a guy that does deals phones, threw him my iPhone, took a Galaxy S something
Yeah, it's
from
8
Samsung,
or 7 or whatever. yeah.
went home. 48 hours later, I went back and got my
But
iPhone.
is it because you're not used to the ecosystem? You're not used
I don't
to
know.
the experience?
The experience didn't feel
was not
right.
was not
for
all
me.
right. But for
But I
me,
was very pissed with Apple. Like
Why?
it's first of all the price.
The pricing is
it's
ridiculous. It's
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
What? But for their defense, or not their defense, but today when you compare Samsung and Apple prices, they're not that far.
yeah, because Samsung
before-
was like
before
yeah,
it
Samsung
was
a lot
like-
cheaper. Yeah.
yeah.
But Samsung was like, hey, we might as well like just
Yeah,
start.
people
you
are
know?
dumbasses and throwing their money into this.
If they just take my money, sure, we'll take it, no problem. But I think the feature that I really care about on the phone is user experience and so on.
Oh,
but
and,
the camera is actually
The
a
camera,
feature,
yeah. Me, it was the battery as well. That was
Yeah,
my
the
second
battery
thing.
life. A lot of people complained a little bit about the battery life. And before I purchased mine, which is a 13 mini or whatever, we had this discussion. I'm sure
Yeah.
I remember, and you said, I have a friend who has it, and or
But not a
whatever.
friend, sad.
Sad.
Sad is a recurrent in this
Sad.
podcast.
Sad if you're not watching this, man. You're what the fuck are you doing with
But
your life?
I remember I told you, like, me, I always go for the
Big one.
big one just for the battery life.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm actually pretty happy with the battery life.
Yeah, but they got better.
They got a lot better.
They got better.
They
for
got
sure.
better. I have this one for the last 2 years maybe, and it's been working just fine.
Me, I
And,
can honestly, and I'm knock on wood, I can't remember the last time I didn't have any more battery on my
Yeah,
phone. Like
yeah.
it died.
Yeah,
Like
and we are pretty much intensive users of phones, so it's a
Yeah.
good sign to
Well-
show that. Yeah.
I'm guessing that for our standards before we are intensive user, but compared to today, like some of the youth and all that, I think we're small players, bro.
Well, I mean, I watch YouTube all the time. Like when I
Yeah,
wake
but
up, I have like podcasts
You have
lined
5
up.
hours of time.
5
usage.
hours of screen. Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure that some
That's
people
actually that would be interesting. Like write on the comments how like find out how much you use your phone per day and post it anonymously or not, but post it. There's no judgment here. A little bit, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's actually interesting. I would love to know because honestly, I felt like my number. I was almost ashamed of it. Like 5
definitely.
hours, man. That's
definitely.
a lot.
And honestly, when I saw 4 hours on Instagram, I was like, what the hell? Thank God it was weekly. Okay, it was weekly. Okay.
Yeah, influencer. So sometimes when I go, like, let's switch gears here a little bit. Sometimes when you go and I wanted to buy something recently, and I was like, okay, Jawad, do you really need it, or do you just, oh yeah, for my bike? I go and I need to buy a pump because I bought a pretty nice bike, etc. And I was really holding on to find the perfect one for me, the one that I really wanted. So every year I waited and I waited. When I finally found it, I told my friend who was like trying to bargain for me, I said, listen, you can bargain as much as you want. I really appreciate it if we can knock down a few dollars. But at the end of the day, I'm not leaving here without the bike. Even if he doubles the price, I'm gonna buy the bike. So just so you know, this is it. I'm not gonna let it go. So bargain, knock down a few a few bucks here and there. But at the end of the day, if he says no, this is my final price, well, this is mine too. Congratulations, you just sold your bike. So, and I needed to buy a pump, but I'm sorry. Let's go back to the bike because before that, I was like, do I really want it, or do I just think it's cool, or am I gonna really use it, or is it just gonna stay in the garage and not use it? My wife, she bought a bike, and I told her, ask yourself this question: are you really gonna use it and bike, or is it gonna be like, oh, I wish I could bike, but yeah, it's not as pleasant because the cars are like a little bit too close, and I don't feel comfortable, etc., etc. And she bought a bike, and she used it maybe twice in the last 3 years or 4 years. So 3 years maybe, or 2 years. So she really didn't use it at all. So I was like, yeah, let me make sure I'm gonna use it. And I bought it, and I use it. I just finished 500 kilometers on it, and I bought it like less than a year ago, so maybe 6 months ago. So I'm definitely like putting some mileage on it, and now I need to buy a pump. And there was a really cute one, small one, very compact, metal, that's very lightweight, and it looks awesome. And then there is the big one that has like the little, like you know how many bars you put in your tires.
There's actually one from Xiaomi.
Yeah, I know the square one, the electric one. I wanted to buy this one too. But here's the thing, which one do I buy? The one from Xiaomi, it's really cool. It's not much more than the one that I ended up buying, but the one that I really wanted to buy is the cute one that doesn't have how much pressure you put in your tires, which is important. And I bought the big one, the foot pump that has the little thing. So I ended up buying the one that I should buy and not the one that I really wanted to buy. But the technique that I use is when I go to a store and I really want something, and then I hesitate, do I really want it, or do I not, or do I really need it? Am I going to use it, or is it just cool right now and then I'm going to take it home and leave it in my closet or whatever in my house and not use it? And the technique that I use is I sleep on it. I go back home, I don't buy it. I go back home, and if I'm still thinking about it in a day or two or whatever, and if I put the effort to go back to the store and buy it, that means that yeah, it's something.
La nuit porte sommeil.
La nuit porte conseil. Oh my God, man. You're off the hook tonight.
Man, you know, this is, once again, you're going to say I'm obsessed or what, but Sad, he's the one that came up with La nuit porte sommeil. And I found it brilliant.
So, are you an impulsive buyer? Like, do you buy things that you know you shouldn't, but yeah, they are fun for now?
No. Me, I'm
Calculated.
I'm not calculated. I'm even worse. Basically, for instance, last thing that I bought was my car, right?
Oh, so good question. Was it an impulsive buy, or was it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and you can tell me, because I don't even fucking know how to qualify that. But basically, I went in, I had a budget, right, and I started testing out cars. Did all the fucking dealerships, man. I wasn't sleeping about like how much it was eating at me.
The pressure is on.
Trying to ask advice to people and all that stuff.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the slide. Keep going. I'm listening.
And basically, it came to a point where it's exactly like you said. When you start thinking about the need and the want part, you're like, I need a car.
Yeah.
But a car goes from a Twingo to a fucking
Lamborghini,
Bentley, right?
Yeah, sure.
So then how do you define the proper want. And so I started testing. Maybe I'm gonna feel it, and then you're like, okay, I like this car, but if you add just 5% more on the price, you can get this car,
Yeah,
and
that's how they get you.
etc. And it drove me fucking crazy. And at the end, I went into
Volvo.
to the and which was out of my budget.
Mhm.
And I told myself, man, I'm just gonna ask them for the price, and if there's a deal,
And they got you.
I'm gonna try to negotiate something. I get in. The woman tells me, I don't know. Let me check. And man, I haven't slept. Like I was in my bed, didn't sleep. Woke up. I was in shorts, babouche style, you know. And I get in to Volvo, like everyone's looking at me a bit like, "Are you lost?" you know. And I get there, and she tells me there's this offer. I tell her, okay. I take the documentation. I go out, start thinking about it. Talk to like people
But
around
they gave you a
me.
great deal, right?
Yeah, a decent deal.
Yeah.
Like a pretty good deal, but still was out of the budget.
Yeah,
that
it
I,
was still out of the budget for sure.
and I talked to people, and people were like, you should maybe take it. It's at least you'll have a car that you really like and all that. And man, it drove me fucking nuts until I did the same thing the next day. Couldn't sleep. Woke up at got out of bed at 8:30 or 9. Drove to Volvo, stepped in, told her, draw the paperwork. Like, didn't test drive it, didn't even look at the car. Like, I test drove all the cars. That when I went in, I was like, give me the car. She was like, are you sure? And shit.
Yeah, I'm ready. Do it
And I
now
told her,
before I
like,
change my mind.
And I didn't sleep, man. I was dead. And I went straight to the bank, started doing the paperwork, all that stuff. Man, it was... and
that's,
at the
that's
end,
the technique they use in interrogations. Like they push you to your physical limits, and then you can
and
just
that's
say whatever.
exactly how I consume. Like, besides the things that I know I need, like a laptop, very easy for me to buy. Like, it's for work. So, okay, check.
Yeah,
I
give
can
me
spend
the
money.
yeah, you can spend.
But the
money,
things
yeah.
where
It's for
where
pleasure.
there's choices, I'm not a big choice guy. I hate making choices in life in general. Like when there's too many choices, like I like
Confuse you, yeah.
it confused me. And basically, at some point, I get frustrated and I just stop thinking and try to do the opposite, which is action. And whatever is what
Just
it's called.
randomly. Okay, let's go for this one.
Like,
Why
for
not?
instance, I'm gonna go buy clothes. I'm gonna try this thing. Oh, maybe it looks good. Maybe this. Fuck it, man. And I'm gonna go take stuff off the shelf and don't try it. Don't do anything. Throw it on the thing. Not do like 10 stores. One store. Take everything you need from it.
Yeah.
And move on. That's how I consume.
You
in
know, there
general.
is like the paradox of choice. It's really, really interesting. It's actually, we think that the more choice we have, the more power we have. But actually, the more choice we have, the more confused we become, the more anxious. It creates anxiety. And,
It's torture, bro.
you know, sometimes when they say, I don't know about this theory, but, they say Mark Zuckerberg, for example, he dresses the same way every day, so he doesn't have to think about it. So easy decision from the get-go. He's not going to say, should I wear this? Should I wear that? Oh, I wish this one goes with these shoes and this one. And he spends so much time and energy like choosing what to wear. And at the end of the day, it's really not that important. So he dresses like with a black T-shirt all day and every day.
Great for him.
Gray? Whatever. He should wear black.
But it's very like I went on a trip with a lot of people, like a group of people
recently, actually.
recently,
Yeah.
right? And there was one thing that kind of like showed me the difference between me and them. Like, they had to take time to make their luggage and to prepare their stuff, like, faire la valise.
Yeah.
And because they think of outfits, they think of, like, day one.
This one
day
goes with
two.
this one. This one goes
and
with this one.
and like or the day before work, like
Yeah.
especially women in general, they like to prepare. So tomorrow I'm gonna wear this with this, and man, having a black t-shirt like saves you so much
It's like
time.
the Joker.
man.
Yeah, boom,
It's
done.
me. I just go like black shirts.
I'll take a couple of those. I'll take
Even
a couple
like
of those.
everything, man. Like the only thing I need to think of is like shoes or everything, and I don't even think of quantity. Like I just take whatever I can, throw it in the bag.
Yeah, I pretty much
And
do the same thing. I do my luggage in like
even in
5
food,
minutes.
bro. Food, usually when I'm in a complicated menu, what I do is I usually ask what people around me are taking and I choose from what they took.
So it limits your choices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, that's the problem people say about Netflix. A lot of people say, there are not a lot of things to watch on Netflix, not enough of good things that to watch. And I think the problem of Netflix is that there are too many choices.
Too many.
And you spend so much time like
Yeah.
scrolling this one, no, this one, no, this one. And you spend like 30 minutes scrolling. And then at the end, you're like, whatever. You're fed up and you're like, whatever, I'll watch this one. What I do is most of the times on Netflix, I rewatch some of my old movies all the time.
Man, on Netflix, I watch 3 things. I watch Ash
Yeah.
over and over again. When I'm fed up with that, I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, of course.
And the third one is the Brain series. I don't know if you know it. Brain Explained.
Oh, Brain Explained? It sounds
Yeah.
familiar. I'm not really
It's
sure.
really cool, actually. Like
Like they explain some myth or whatever that happened. Like
they explain how the brain
volcanoes.
works.
Oh, they
the
explained.
brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about something else.
And it's like a series on the brain, like what the brain can do and stuff. Like I usually
That's
put it when
actually
I
cool.
work or some stuff. But Netflix is hell for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. If you describe choosing a restaurant like that, I'm sure Netflix would be, it must be
I'm
a
like,
fucking.
what do you want to eat? Stop pressuring me.
No,
but
that's true. That's always
yeah.
a debate. And when I go on Glovo, I order quite a few times on Glovo per week, and it's always like I keep scrolling all the way down, and then all the way up, and then
Yeah.
all the way down, and then I end up eating. What do you think?
McDonald's.
Exactly.
But even in McDonald's, there's a lot of
No,
choices.
yeah, that's true. But then, honestly, McDonald's is like the movie. That's okay, but you know that kind of okay. You don't want surprises.
Oh, it's the evil you know.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like
I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, absolutely.
and because a lot of things, when you have choice, there's risk, right? And for some things, you're willing to take the risk, but like for food, me usually I only eat food when I'm starving. Like,
Yeah.
I don't eat like, oh, it's time to eat. How about
Yeah.
like I get to a point where I'm starving.
Like you need to eat right now.
So I cannot fuck up my choice at that moment. It's the moment where I cannot fuck
But here
up.
is the thing: going back to things you want versus things you need, is McDonald's often something you want or something you need? Most
It's
of the
n-
time, for
it's-
me, it's
it's-
something you want. It's never a good choice.
No, it's not something I want. Like I don't tell myself, oh, I want McDonald's.
It's the last resort.
It's the convenience.
That's true.
It's
I think
I'm hungry. I don't want to. What are my choices without sitting in a restaurant? This where I can just drive by and McDonald's.
that's true. McDonald's is
And it hits the spot,
convenience.
you know, like. But it's not something like where I'm like I want a McDonald's, you know, like.
You know, McDonald's, I have a very special relationship with McDonald's because right before I'm like, yeah, that sounds good.
Did you know
man,
he had a farm?
McDonald's. Really? Oh, McDonald's had a farm. That's the song my daughter listens to all the time. The old McDonald's had a farm. Yeah, yo.
McDonald's.
You go to McDonald's right before you're like, great, I'm craving it. And sometimes in the car, while I'm driving back home, I'm like taking fries. By the time I get home, no more fries. So
course.
that's why I take the nuggets. That's the plat de résistance. That's the filet mignon. Anyways, so
Filet mignon.
I take that. Then when I get home, the burger is like half cold, half hot, which is horrible. You eat it and you're like, yeah, this is not good. And so it starts kicking in that it's not good and this is not something you needed. This is definitely something you were craving, but it was not the right fit for you. But anyways, you made that choice. You gotta go with it. You eat it. And right after you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I think this is the last time I'm eating McDonald's. I should lay back on McDonald's a little bit. Like, let's slow down on this junk food. And then the next day, you find yourself another good excuse to go to McDonald's because,
That's
you know what?
exactly the thing.
let's go to McDonald's.
That's exactly the thing. It's the convenience, and to come back to what you were saying about the needs and wants. A lot of people confuse the two,
Yeah, for sure.
and they kind of rely on things like the convenience to justify the need. Oh, I need to eat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna eat McDonald's, like,
Yeah.
and
I think there is no judgment in if you want something. You just need to realize that don't lie to yourself.
Exactly.
You don't need a third laptop. You want a third laptop, or you want another whatever speaker
third-
system in your.
money.
How many computers do you have?
One,
Come on.
like, that's functional. One.
Well, how many do you have total?
I have two,
Exactly.
but one that hasn't been started.
I'm not
for
saying
2 years.
like what's your relationship with the computer.
Like,
I'm saying how many do you have? I have one, two,
Man,
three.
if we talk like this, phones of us have like 20 phones.
No, how many do you have right now? Like
Probably 20 phones.
you still have them in your possession?
Yeah, still have like a bunch of phones.
Really?
Yeah,
You
like
don't
I
sell
have,
them? You don't give them away? You just keep them?
Well, usually they're quite fucked up,
Yeah.
and I don't know where
It's just
the
easier to
charger
keep
is
them,
and
yeah.
stuff. It's things like I recently moved,
Mhm.
and we move a lot, right? Then I realized there's like piles of junk that we just take from one place to another. We know it's junk.
When we move, that's when you realize that, right?
We know it's junk. No, like we have, like I have this box that I prepared. Okay, so I know it's by heart. There's like just junk. It can literally go into the
Trash. Yeah.
right? Like old batteries, a couple of phones, a charger, modem, Maroc Telecom of 99, things like that, and
You just keep them around. You
and
just
then,
drag them
man,
around
we
in your
mo-
life.
They moved for 3 or 4 houses,
Yeah.
not used.
Yeah.
They
Same
had the
in
same
box.
status of junk.
That's true. That's true. And that goes to say that we buy a lot of things we want and it looks shiny and cool in the store. We bring them home and then we realize, yeah, it's cool, but it's not really
Okay, let me ask you a question.
sure.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
and ask yourself this question, viewers.
Yes. And show us the answer on the
Exactly.
comment. Yeah.
So the question goes as follows:
Mhm.
what's the last thing you bought that you thought you really wanted and never used, and like just
Hmm.
stayed there? Like it was a fucking waste of money.
Something I bought
Uh-huh.
and I didn't get so much use out of it is a computer, actually.
Mm-hmm.
A MacBook. How do you call it? Like there's just a single unit. I should know this. I
iMac?
worked there. No, not the iMac. This one right here,
Oh, the Mac Mini.
the Mac Mini.
Ah,
And I bought it with the screen, a Samsung screen, very cool, etc. I could have done without it because the screen is bigger, it's nice, but I can just as well plug my screen to my Mac. I don't really need it. And when you know how technology, the value of the products that you buy degrades very, very quickly.
yeah,
Now, if I sell it, I'm going to probably sell it for half the price that I bought it from.
probably.
And it has a sentimental value. I keep it because it's such a cool computer.
Yeah.
And I use it every now and then. I used it today to edit the previous podcast. If you haven't watched it, it's the one we did with Reda and his brother Ali. Really cool one. Go check it out. We have 6 views, hopefully 10 by tonight. So go check it out. Go check it out. But yeah, I use it every now and then.
It just came out today, bro.
Yeah, it did. No, but going back to that, I think I could have not bought it,
Mm-hmm. But you don't.
but I don't regret buying it.
Yeah.
How about you? Like, what's the purchase? Don't say your car because that's gonna be super sad.
No, my car, I use it every day. So
Yeah, but and it's honestly,
And
it's
it's
a
a-
fucking awesome car.
it's a very
let's
nice
not,
car.
Let's not fool ourselves. Yeah, it's a fucking awesome car.
I think the last thing that I bought.
We're talking expensive things, not like I
No,
bought
of
a
course.
candy and I
No,
wish
no.
I have ate it.
Well, it's not that expensive, but still, it's a guitar. I bought it.
I was
I-
tempted to say guitar.
I bought this guitar and thinking with myself that I enjoy playing guitar. I'm gonna try to like
Step it up.
step it up and stuff, and which I did for probably a couple of weeks, and then I just let it.
I think you're kind of like me. We live with hope.
Yeah, and we think that
There is an option.
that putting yourself in situations that
Yeah.
where you might
you prep
will,
yourself for success.
will make you go there.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
let's get the gym membership, and then we were gonna think, are we going to go or not?
That's true. And going back to this, gym membership is a big one.
But that I don't consider it the same way because
Dude,
gym.
you. Okay,
Gym
what happened
memberships?
to the gym? The last gym membership you went with, sad once again.
Well, I still am a member of that.
But
of
you're
that
trying
gym.
to get rid of
But
them, right?
But I tried, but it's but I stopped.
They make
trying.
it complicated.
They make it complicated, but at the same time, I don't know. For some weird fucking reason, I don't try to understand because I don't understand it. But I feel like I'm paying a tax. You know, like okay, I'm paying a tax of
Tax for what?
A tax of not going to the gym.
Like it's a punishment for not going.
Like,
you deserve that punishment.
Like it kind of takes the you don't work hard, yeah, but I pay a gym membership, like I pay my tax. Okay.
Let me ask you this: how often did you go?
Be
honest.
I've been going there from I'm a member.
often
since
did you go in total?
October, since October.
So how many months?
It's been like we're getting in the 7-8 month.
Okay. How
Right.
how often did you go total?
7-8 times.
So roughly once a month in
Yeah,
average.
yeah.
I
Well,
was
no,
just-
actually, I went a few more times, but to be honest, I just hit the sauna, bro.
No, that's okay, man. You're
You know?
going.
Okay,
I
I'm a bit
registered-
ashamed.
Listen.
A bit ashamed,
Yeah.
because the sauna at that price is kind of like. I
That's
could have
exactly
I could
my
have
thoughts.
built like
Listen,
3 saunas in my
Dude,
house.
exactly my thoughts. I think it's not gonna surprise you that the business model of gyms is based on people like you and me.
Of course.
All like if everybody went, it wouldn't be viable. Like the gym would be full all the time. People would complain. It's not viable. They know that 2/3 of the people are probably gonna show up every now and then, very, very rarely. And you have like 10, 15%, 20% of people who are like regulars. The rest, they are just like motivated in the beginning of the year, motivation, okay, a resolution. And we did a podcast about resolution. As you guys can see.
Next year.
but
Next year.
exactly. Yeah, one can only
But
hope.
there's also gyms that do actually, like the more you go, the less you pay. The less you go, the more you pay.
Well, let me
things like
tell
that.
you about my gym. There is a gym right next door.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome gym.
The
Yeah, the one
one that-
downstairs.
that-
Yeah, that has a slope thing. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one Thierry Jiu-Jitsu goes to.
Shout out Jiu-Jitsu.
Shout out Jiu-Jitsu. The gym is fucking awesome, and they have like a price if you want to go, if you want to pay per session
Mm-hmm.
every time, like one entry. It's something like
250.
No, it's like 100 dirhams, like $10, $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So listen, they don't have a sauna. They don't. This is
No,
a
I know.
gym for men.
Well, we
you know?
went
Okay.
together.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
visited
We
the
visited
facilities
together.
and-
Really cool. And then it goes down if you want to do 1 month, if you want to do 3 months, if you want to do 6 months, and if you want to do a year. Obviously, if you want to do a year, I mean, all the prices are. It's a basic strategy, a marketing strategy. Like all the prices are not worth it until you go to the one that's really worth it, which is signing up for a year, which is 6,000 dirhams, $600 roughly. And that one makes more sense. And I did the math. I'm like, okay, realistically, I'm probably going to go twice a week, maybe. Twice a week, it's still cheaper than taking whatever, okay, once, like a single entries, etc. I should have taken single entries. I would have saved so much money. I gave them
Definitely.
6,000 dirhams.
Of course.
And I went total maybe 15, 20 times in a year.
Yeah. Well, that's sad on many levels, but
Sad. Are you listening? That's sad.
that's sad. But like we play football,
Yeah.
right? So
That's money well spent, though.
man, that's what I was gonna say. It's quite expensive when you think about it. Like on the long run,
Yeah.
like especially when we were playing
3 times a week.
times a week, it was like 3 times. It was like a lot of money.
A lot of
But probably I've almost hitting the numbers that you pay for a gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
but
Considering we do a
so
group,
worth it.
it's worth
So
it. And
worth it.
also, like right now, my knee is kind of bothering me. I can just not go. There's
Mm.
no membership. The membership thing just bothers me a little bit. Every time I hear
Yeah,
membership,
and,
it's a little bit
there's
fucked up.
people, and especially the gym where I'm at, man. To be honest, one of the things besides the exercise part
Yeah.
that's kind of like kept me away a bit is the first day I went there.
Mm.
So I work out like a good workout session and stuff. Hit the showers and stuff. Oh, there's a sauna. Nice. So
Yeah.
I go sit down, and then I started seeing people coming in. I hear voices, and those voices are familiar.
Okay.
And I look around and I start recognizing faces, and like friends of
From
my
way back
brothers
then,
or,
yeah.
or friends of my father,
Mm.
like. And I'm like, I'm in my underwear, and I don't want to do the salam alex,
Yeah, I think.
and it started to kind of like, mm, it's not a social moment for me.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
feel vulnerable in this moment.
No,
Yeah.
especially going to the gym, it's not social for me.
Yeah, for a lot of people it is. They go there to socialize.
but
which is
me,
fucking ridiculous.
it's the complete opposite. Like, because I used to hit the gym like seriously, okay, like multiple times a
week,
week
et
and
cetera, yeah.
everything, and I was like, always put in like headphones, like very focused, almost like
Tunnel vision.
aggressive, like
Yeah.
you need to pump yourself up.
That's
and
what I
stuff.
do all the time. I pretend, like, if I know you a little bit, like I recognize you and you recognize me, I'll just pretend I don't know who you are, because I'll just have a tunnel vision, look in front of me, a screen, whatever, listen to music, and what
Until
is your
the
next what is your next purchase? Oh man, yeah, that's also a good thing. And very quickly, that gym that you go to, it's actually pretty high end. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very clean. The showers are clean. The sauna is clean. The
definitely,
gym is like
definitely.
top
Because
of the line.
I was at another gym that's not far from your house here.
Yeah. Oh, this cheap one here,
The
it's
the
very
big,
cheap.
the big one.
City
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's
Oh my
like it's
God.
fucked up. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Man,
the carpet is like ripped and they glue it. It's like shit.
Man,
But
I
it's
went
so
in,
cheap,
I went
though.
into the dressing room, man. Bacteria were having parties there, man. Like,
What is your next dilemma? The purchase that you want to make, but you're on the verge of making, and you don't really know if you should make it. Do you have that in mind? Because I had one and then I forgot. Oh yeah, my solution while you think about yours is, I bought some equipment, and I have a tiny balcony, as you know, and I just train there. And now I'm hesitating to buy another dumbbell that's a little bit bigger, because this one is actually good. But once you really get your groove and you start building a little bit of muscle, then for some exercise, I might need another one. And then I'm asking myself, is it something I really need? Or is it just something that would look cool to have like two dumbbells, one medium size and one huge big ass dumbbell? And honestly, it's actually really cool. I do hit my gym regularly. Like once a week. I'm not gonna lie, but I prefer to
but
run.
It's good.
But then it's like free, virtually free.
Yeah.
I bought a bench, 2 dumbbells, 1 kettlebell. That's it.
Well, to be honest, I was thinking of actually doing that myself, because I know I'm gonna say this in front of the camera, and I said it during the. But my next challenge in life, where I want to kind of like really put in
The effort.
the effort and the hours, is health. And I'm trying to figure out what's the best formula for me,
Exactly.
like realistically, to not be tempted to say, oh, it's complicated, or
Yeah.
have a easy excuse. So one of them is maybe equip myself, but I have a friend that lives near my place that has a gym.
Oh, really?
So maybe I'm gonna I don't know.
Yeah, but let's be realistic. You're gonna knock on his door and say, "Hey, let's work out together."
No, he has a gym. Like he can give me access. It's like
Separate from the house?
Yeah, it's separate from
Oh,
the
that's
house.
actually cool.
So-
But still, I think it's not realistic.
Thanks for the support.
No,
bro.
no, no. I think
Thank
it's
you.
not realistic. The fact that you would knock on somebody's door or go because
No.
it's still not your
No,
house.
because one of the things, if I was still in Agdal,
yeah,
I would tell you I'm gonna get back and start going to the gym. Now, like during the day, I'm 45 minutes away.
no, it's not
it's
realistic
harder,
at
right?
all. Yeah. Driving
So-
around.
So I don't know. I want to figure this thing out, and that's my next challenge.
I think it's a great challenge. I don't know. I'm kind of like you. I like the gym, but I just don't want to talk to people. And even when I go with like a training partner, like my brother, I used to go. Him and I, we
Yeah.
used to go there. We just don't talk so much. Like, dude, like we're not there to chit chat. Like sometimes we practice, we train on the same machine. It's like, okay, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Next, like. We don't sit in
But
it
you know
for
what's
hours.
what's sad? Me personally, what I find sad with my relationship with gyms is that the reasons, like, and I'm talking really honestly,
Mhm.
the reasons I don't go or things that take out motivation and stuff is not the classical. I just don't want to go. It's literally
People.
It's the inconvenience.
Really?
It's the inconvenience of. I would like to go to the gym now, but if I go now, I have to do this and do this and do this and see
Do this, like what?
person.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like
The social aspect of it
the
bothers you a
social
little bit.
aspect, the logistics of it, like the timing.
Preparing your
because,
bag,
like for
etc.
instance, there are things like gym. I would like to go. Like, I want to go to the gym now. Oh, but no, it's 3 p.m. and it's the time where everybody's
Yeah,
there.
the
and-
logistic is complicated. for
and
sure.
it's always that demotivates me more than the actual exercise.
I agree.
Because I feel good, and plus my relationship with the gym, as you can see, we've been a bit distant these past
months,
decades.
I would say.
But
Okay.
it was never like the exercise or anything. I kind of like to push myself physically,
Yeah.
as you can see every Sunday.
No. True. That's true. On the pitch, you're on fire.
So yeah.
No, I agree. I think one of the things that were I used to go to that gym where you were a member, like the moving. It's actually a pretty cool one, and driving there, and it just takes too much time. I have to prepare my bag. I have to drive there, park,
need to park,
then take
find
a
the
shower,
spot.
train, take a shower, come back, and it's half a day.
Yeah.
So it's just too much. And that gym which is like right next door, like walking, it's like less than
minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
It's like
literally
super,
like
super close.
next block.
Yeah. So I go there. I used to go there. That was pretty convenient. I don't give a shit about the shower and all that because I just come back and shower at home. And even that was like, yeah, that's okay. That's cool. But I still socialize. I have to meet people, etc. Dress kind of okay, etc. The gym here, sometimes I train in my underwear because I don't give a shit. I don't want to wash like a bunch of clothes. I just train in my underwear. Then I go take a shower and that's it.
balcony here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because like, hey, fuck it. Anyways, I
You're
think
the
this,
weirdo that the guy in front. Hey, he's back. He's back.
you know, here's the thing. That's why I installed that fence because my super, the guy who takes care of the building, he's like always puts his chair in front of the, and I see him sometimes like he's very like curious and he just that's part of his job, I guess. So I put that thing and I train there. So anyways, this is it. I think that was a cool run. I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much, Red Eye. It was fun.
Thank you.
And
Fun as usual.
we will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you like this kind of content.
And tell us how many hours you spend on your phone.
Yeah, on your phone, and tell us the purchases that you made that you regretted, or the purchase that you want to make and you know you will regret. But hey, you gotta indulge every now and then. So thank you guys. Take care, easy. Bye.